Hi, do you know that 90% of all markets are operated by smart money? Learn to think like smart money. Use volume spread analysis. Invest or trade by following the smart money. iVSAchart analytics will 1. Identify exactly when to buy, when to sell, and what to buy and avoid. 2. Maximize profits and minimize risks. And 3. Give trading or investing edge you need now. Try it now. Free trial available.
Welcome to another Friday iVSA chart clinic dating the 5th of December 2014. This week I've been getting a lot of questions about how's the market outlook going to be, how low it's going to go down. But to attempt that, let me just try to talk a bit about the December stock market comment that I have, which is the bear market is in town. What should you do about it? And of course, for more of the detail about should you cut loss and how low you will dip, this is something for our premium members that I'll be doing this evening at 4:15, our usual Friday closing bell. If you're not a member yet, if you're still a light member, consider upgrading to be a premium member, where members get its privilege and also get a bit of access of my research and things that we give out compared to our light members. Okay. So that's one of the benefit being premium members. If you've been with us for so long, been following us, definitely there is some value. Thank you for Mr. Wan, who's been with us for some time, and for your support. Now let's talk about the December 2004 bear market outlook. Now compared to what you see on the chart here, for the December month, for the November month 2014, we had about a 4.1% drop. Now, like it or not, we are already 7%, exceeded the 7% correction. For those of you who came to some of my talk earlier, I've talked about the many times, many occasions, many of my outlook talk about the corrections that we've been seeking of. We haven't seen one correction since March 2019, which the market has gone up almost from 900 points up to today to 1,800, depending what price you look at it today, maybe 1760. So there is a lot of question marks. Okay, and Bill and myself been hitting this thing, so we will talk a bit more this evening in our closing bell. So make sure you get into our closing bell, and you will be updated accordingly. Now, like it or not, our market has always been dependent on the crude oil process. I think most of you know about this. Petronas, which is one of the biggest contributor to our country treasure war chest, other than taxation and crude palm oil. But remember, this too hasn't been doing very great, especially the palm oil prices, which has been seen a lot of supply coming, which actually I would answer Mr. Ali, who is from Perth, posing this question. Apparently he is not here. Is Ali here? Ali, are you here? Okay, he's not here. Hi Alex. Good. So perhaps you can watch the recording later, what I've talked about it. So bottom line is crude oil prices are doing around 60, I believe it's $69 crude light oil. Definitely today on news there are a lot of really bad news, and I would say this is what I call the mini black swan. As I said before, we were always looking for the mini black swan, and finally it did come about. So however, market do rebound back. Okay, don't give up hope yet. The miss is a mini black swan that no one expected crude oil prices to go this low. That was my emphasis that I said in here. So the capital expenditure was cut. So what does this mean for investor? Okay, now looking at the chart that we have here for year 2014 for the KSL, you could see I did talk about this on Capital TV on Wednesday night, which was broadcast on channel 420. On channel 420 on Hype TV. If you have a Unify, you can catch me every Wednesday at 9:45 p.m. They have rescheduled the TV program until at night. So in the TV program, I've talked about the market broken down for the third time. Now normally third time is a very bad omen. Okay, it's a very bad moment, and subsequently where I saw it at 1810, 0.00, market should rally up, else is what we call a mushrooming down. Okay, now like it or not, there's been a stream of bad news coming out in there, talking about a lot of our foreign funds are leaving the shore because of a possible next year first half or maybe second half of 2015, where we have a high interest rate, more funds will be leaving this emerging market. But at the same time, that there are talks about a twin deficit, which I won't go into too much of an economic term, which will bore you. Basically, it means that we have less money on hands and we are spending more. Means it is basically very, very imprudent. So bottom line is we are broken down to 1760, and we are looking more from the downside. A bit where we should look for support, that is something I will talk about in this evening closing bell, so I'll leave that for our premium members. Now this is something that I do, which is the accumulation of the foreign funds flow on a daily basis, which tells you that foreign fund has been one of the lowest. We were almost at 1.8 billion sometime in June, and since then it has resided to almost less than maybe just slightly more of 15 billion net buying. Okay, so we are continuing to slide. Of course, if you have any of the CIMB or Maybank analyst report, there are more thorough that I have in front of me that tells you the status of foreign funds. Like it or not, we as Malaysians are dependent on a lot of the foreign funds to really shove up the market, because we are quite a small economy. Main thing also, even Singapore also is not spare in this thing. The country which was doing relatively not so good, if you think of it, last 2 years not so good was last year was Indonesia and India, and they eventually had recovered, or even for Thailand. So perhaps this is a Malaysian term. So the question has always been, will Southeast Asia, ASEAN recover to go forward as being the emerging country? That's a question yet to be seen. But again, what's driving the liquidity in the market is perhaps a lot of money printing. No doubt our country is still printing, but not in the event or not in the scale of what they are doing in Japan, Europe, as well as US. Okay, so market will rebound, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now the chart next I have in here is that there are many hidden gems to come out for it. So look at the price earning valuation chart for the KLSC, and you can find many of these stocks on our magic scanner. If you are premium members, you can definitely find those, especially this market as it goes lower. For those who are not, consider joining our premium members, and you get lots of benefit from that. Now this is the PE valuation chart for the KLSC. You can see the red is the KLCI, which is broken down to the 1750 level, and you can see the green line in the right side is the PE. Now the PE is trending back to a 15.5, and that's good news, meaning we are becoming cheaper. However, what is been in the background has been a lot of debts, what we call the off-balance sheet financing by 1MDB, which is a concern because of 42 to 43 billion of debt is actually in the hands of the government too. So that has taken a toll on what's ever happening there. So foreign investor are still bullish in this country, but the downside risk has somehow accelerated. Okay, but be patient, collect good quality stocks at specific prices, learn volume spread analysis for market timing, invest from the long term, and our book. And as a matter of fact, I did talk to the MPH distributor. Our books are selling very well. If you don't have a copy, the dividend still don't lie strategy is still valid now, buying dividend stocks. So now go up to the bookstore, MPH bookstore or Popular bookstore, because few of the users or members came to me and asked me they can't find a copy of the Dividend Still Don't Lie, and I did ask the MPH lady, Miss Tan, said that they are available in 50 stores in Malaysia for our Dividend Don't Lie book. So that should get you on the right track to invest in the long term. So make sure you get a copy of that book. Okay, now so going forward, what is key now is patient. Okay, now market is definitely bearish in here. The best advice to profit on KLSC is master patient. You may have to suffer a bear, the falling market. I know some of you like to stop loss or the cut loss, but again, ask yourself, are you trading or are you investing? We did talk a lot about this, and I don't want to just touch base very quickly on that one. But if your companies are solid and you have to bear down the ups and downs of the companies. Okay. Also remember, really avoid or sort of don't fall into the sin of just selling because everyone is selling. Don't be a herb. Okay, it's very important to maintain your cool in spite of all things, and there will be market fluctuation. Now remember, like market yesterday opens up almost 7 to 8 points and then sell down again. There will be many occasions because now we are getting institutional like EPF. They are selling too because they find that, look, it may not be profitable because they are allowed them to open up the floodgates because they can also invest overseas. Now remember, we've been advocating all this while in our cross-border account with CIMB. You can also do the Singapore market. We've been talking about this for almost the last 3 years, that it is best that investor do cross-border investing. It's not too late now. Remember what Warren Buffett say, if you have not invested in the last 20 years, when is the best time? When is the best time to invest? Can someone tell me when's the best time to invest if you're not invested in the last 20 years? Anybody? Okay. Yep, right now. Thank you, Unku. So that's the right time. So definitely the Singapore, Hong Kong market offer many benefits. You can do that with a cross-border account with us. Now, if you want to have an account, send me an email. I can definitely get my girls to help you, because once you are a client with us, at least we are obligated to service you. If you deal with other dealers in there, you are on your own. Okay, so if you're with us, we have to honor our service, a little bit of service depending whether you have a full discount account or a privilege account with us. Okay, so that is one of the benefit being with us, tied up with us, and open up a CDS account. Okay, now next is also what I talk about, fear. Now remember, fear is false evidence appearing real. Now a lot of people did talk about whether crude oil prices will fall down to $40. If that is, we are still looking at possible another 10% downside for the KSL. What would that say for it? Now that is a lot on speculation. Now remember, investing is a hard work, and simply because you're investing for the long term. Now one of the ways to do it is to use our magic scanner, which help you to select good dividend stocks. Now remember, the world greatest investor Warren Buffett, now he got rich not because of trading in and out. He got rich because of staying in the market and believing the market will go higher. That is provided you have confidence in your stocks, in your stock pick. So definitely magic scanner will help you to pick those stocks. And patience is a wisdom of companion of wisdom. So that's the message that I have for you in this market. Now you got to be very patient in here to bear down. In market, just don't go up in a straight line. So how do you like this very short 15-minute December 2004 stock market comment? I'd like to hear your comment too. Okay, I would finish the stock pick for the fundamental stock pick this evening and send it out to all our premium members, and they will have some monthly checklist for you, and also review last month stock pick that we have for November and see how we go. So those are for premium members. Okay, so premium members get its privilege. Any comment? Okay. Else no, I will move on to my next agenda. Okay, next I have in here is Mr. Ali question about CPO Outlook. Now early on CPO Outlook, let me just bring out a chart on CPO prices. This is the CPO prices in here, right? Somewhere we were here. He did say that earlier on, beginning of the year, we were bullish about CPO prices, and yet CPO did hit 2,900 level in here, but today we are at what level? We are at 2001. So bearing on that question, I met up with my CPO resident research in our company and did ask him about the outlook of CPO. Now here is the bottom line. Now like it or not, the government won't allow the market to go lower. However, there is a preclude to it. Remember, now Indonesia is one of the biggest producer in the world now in terms of CPO. So they are controlling the market more than we do. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago Malaysia were. But now a lot of companies, even like IOI, they are going over to Kalimantan and they are buying up a lot of land to cultivate for palm oil prices. Now the break even for palm oil prices in Malaysia, we are looking somewhere around 1,600. Of course, for the more efficient one like United Plantation, they can do it at 1,200 ringgit level. So there is a bit more room to be made. But don't forget, in 2008 and 2009, when the market hit all-time high, almost 3,000 to 4,000, you got a lot of company diversifying to looking for growth. Now, one good example was Kulim. Kulim always has been a CPO plantation, and recently they even announced going to oil and gas. However, they were a bit late, and now with the crude oil prices, they get hit. So there were many smaller companies like that actually went into crude palm oil. So what we are seeing in 2008, fast forward today, 2014, most of those crude oil, most of those palm oil has already matured. As they matured, they are now harvesting, and that's put a lot of pressure on the amount of supply we have in the country. That is why all-time high supply is almost at 2.3 million ton in the market. It's very important that this supply are taken up as demand from this China and also India. Now remember, India and China are one of the heaviest exporter of our so-called CPO oil, and that's going to be good. Now remember, the El Nino point that we talked about early on and how it is going to prevail. Now El Nino is just going to be temporary in here. Somehow what is more important is the law of supply and demand. Generally what we are seeing now, we have tons and tons of supply. Demand is still there because from India and China. However, remember, with lower crude oil prices, that will play a damper to the CPO prices, because CPO sometimes is used as a biodiesel. All right. So bottom line is the supply has to be reduced. The amount of supply has to be reduced, which means same thing like what's happening in the crude oil world. Shell oil producer are producing at a higher cost. Some of this excess supply need to be removed from the system in there, and definitely one way to do is wave out all this inefficiency producer, and eventually the market will stabilize and we'll see a resumption on the uptrend for CPO prices. So that's my outlook for the CPO prices in here. Short term, we will see a bit of market volatility, as we have seen also in gold as well as in ringgit and US dollar, which I will talk about this evening also on our closing bell. So you can see from this chart in here, market has made a new high for almost 12 months, and then dropped down almost 800 points in the last so-called 10 months. So with that, I conclude the what we have for our CPO Outlook, and I will go on to the next that we have is submit a stock for analysis. We have here KSL and CMSB, Chaya Mata. As a matter of fact, one of my analysts yesterday attended a Chaya Mata briefing in Menara Maxis in KL, and he'll probably come back to me with that. It's going to be quite a positive outlook for CMSB. But let's look at the chart as per se. Okay. Look at iVSA. First one is KSL. Now KSL, like it or not, it has broken down the 50-day MA. Look at the stop loss. Is it down yet? Yep. It's been triggered, stop loss. So I think it should be up within today or tomorrow. That will be the best. Okay, so it's still trading on the red line in there. You can always come back in again. So that's how simple it is. Next one is Chaya Mata. Okay, Chaya Mata Sarawak, which is a big property, not in there. This stop loss is also triggered, and it had a double top at $4.60 in there. Now if you're trading, your stop loss may be triggered, but remember, if you're investing, you got to look at the fundamental beyond that. Right? So that's my comment that I have for the Chaya Mata and KSL in there. If you have many stocks you want me to look at, please text me now. Okay, else I will conclude the Friday iVSA chart. Okay. That is quite true. I agree with you, Unku. TH, by the way, TH Heavy has a Ramulia. It's not one of the best in terms of oil and gas. The better oil and gas are Dayang and Delium. Okay. Today, no, Bill is away. If you came in late, Bill was away. Right? Did you start early? No, we start at 11:15. We start at 11:15 local Malaysian time. Oh yes, we start at 11:30. I'm very sorry for that one. Today I started early, 11:15 for that one. So I have to. Doesn't matter. I will just try to repeat what the whole question is. Yes, we started a bit early. That's right. 11:15. I got mistaken for my for the another appointment in there. Okay, but bottom line is, let me just talk about this. Okay, so I'll end the recording now. For those who just came in, I will talk about the outlook. Okay, so I'll just end my recording now. That completes it.